We're told there's never smoke without fire, and yet there seems to be repeatedly lots of smoke and no fire when it comes to the bonfire of the quangos. On Monday, Pat McFadden announced that every department would have to look into which quangos it could scrap and that dozens will be going. On Tuesday, Seema Malhotra announces that we're going to get another new quango. That would, by my calculations, be the 28th quango in the last 9 months of this Labour government. What is the point in saying you're scrapping quangos when in fact you are introducing dozens of new ones? The problem with quangos, quasi-autonomous, non-governmental organisations, is that they remove the responsibility from our elected ministers to an entirely unanswerable, unelected body who makes decisions on their behalf. They make decisions our ministers don't even like. The people we have voted into power can't even get them to change their minds. We need to bring power back to where it belongs, with those we elect, those we choose to represent us in the mother of all parliaments, to make decisions for good or ill and be held responsible for them. We need an actual bonfire of all these quangos that essentially the government just gets to pass the buck to. They get to blame them when there's a policy they don't like or when there's an outcome that isn't satisfactory to the British people. Ministers should take responsibility for their own policies. None of us dispute that the 2010 Equalities Act is not fit for purpose, just as the Minister of Equalities herself, Seema Malhotra, has implied by the introduction of this proposed new quango. However, the answer to that is to rewrite or reform the Equalities Act so that it is fit for purpose, not to set up yet another quango so that the government can say, wasn't us, Gov, it was the quango. Us, the people, need to have those who represent us make the decisions and be responsible for what the outcomes are.